In this video, we will be learning about the creation of various types of a constructor and destructor in C++. So for this, we are here using Visual Studio 2019. So here you go to New option, File, New project. You can go for this console app, click on Next, Create option. So let's wait. It will create a default project for you with a main function and a hello world in it. Since we want to study the constructors and destructors, so let us try to create a class sample. Inside the class we have, say, one private section and public section. Inside private will create one integer kind of a variable, integer I, and in the public will create one default constructor. So how to create a constructor? So constructor is a special member function whose name is same as the class name. So our class name is sample, so we'll write a function name as a sample. So this is a default constructor. So it does not accept any argument, and it does not have a return type, not even a void. So inside this special function, which is a constructor, we can initialize the variable value. Let's say we'll initialize it to 100, and after that we'll write one display function which displays the value of I So what is the error here? Identifier cout is undefined. Okay, so we need to use here using namespace std. That error will be resolved. So this is a simple class name sample with one variable I, one default constructor which initializes the variable value, and display function which displays the output. Okay, so here we create an object of class sample. Let's say sample obj. So obj is a object of type sample. So constructor is a special member function. It gets called automatically at the time of object creation. So when we create an object obj, automatically this default constructor will be called, and variable I will be initialized to 100 for this object obj. And when we display the value of, using this obj object, we will display the value 100. Let us save this program and run this. Okay. So here in the output we can see that the value I is equal to 100 is getting printed. So this is a simple example of default constructor. Now constructor can be of different types, say default constructor, parameterized constructor, or copy constructor. So let us try to add here one more type of a constructor, that is parameterized constructor. So parameterized constructor is a constructor which accepts parameter, okay, from the user, and then it initializes the value using that parameter. So this is an example of parameterized constructor. So here we have written default constructor. Here it is a parameterized constructor. So we have written two functions of the same name with different arguments. So this concept we call it as overloading concept. And with reference to a constructor, we can refer it as a constructor overloading. So let us try to demonstrate it. So here we'll again create one object, say sample obj1, and here it accepts one argument from user, that is 500. So when we declare a constructor like this in the first line here, sample obj, since we are not passing any argument, so out of the two available constructor, it will search appropriate constructor and default constructor will get called. Since here we are passing one argument of type integer, so here it will search a constructor who accept an argument of type integer, and appropriate constructor, this constructor will be called. Let us again display it, obj1 dot display, and we run the program. So for the first display, I is equal to 100 getting printed. For the second display, I is equal to 500 is getting printed. Now there is another type of a constructor. We call it as a copy constructor. Since it is a constructor, the name remains the same as class name, and it copies the values from one object to another object. So it requires an object as an argument. So this is how it works. So it works like this, p dot I. So whatever value the user will pass here, let us try to simple obj2, and this obj2 we want it to be copied from obj1. We want 500, that is 500 in obj1. So obj2 should be created exactly similar to obj1. So when we write like this, so we are passing one obj1 argument. So it will search for a constructor which accepts an argument of type obj or sample, and obj1 will be accepted here in p, and the value of I is then copied to your member variable I. And when we'll print this obj2 dot display, and we'll run this, so you'll see the third I is equal to 500. It is exactly similar to I is equal to 500, that is for obj2. So these are the three types of constructors. One is default constructor, another one is parameterized constructor, another one is a copy constructor, and these are the sample definitions. These are the sample definitions of these three types of a constructors. Now constructor is used to create and allocate memory for an object. For releasing the memory, one destructor concept is there. So destructor is also a special member function whose name is the same as class name, and it is preceded with this sign tilde. Okay, so when this destructor gets called automatically when your object goes out of the scope. So let us, for the sake of understanding, will write here one line that inside destructor. So when the destructor get called, this line will get printed. Okay. So when the destructor will be called, so let's say here we have created one object obj1, obj2 and obj. So these three objects we have created here inside the scope of main. When this bracket will arise, obj, obj1 and obj2 will be destroyed and destructor will get called for them. So let us try to run the program. So here you will see for three constructors, destructor gets called for 3 times. Once for each object. So when destructor gets called automatically at the time of when your object goes out of the scope. So let us try to revise what we have seen so far. That constructor is a special member function whose name is same as of class name. Destructor is a member function whose name is same as class name, but it is preceded with tilde sign. Constructors don't have a return type, not even void. Similarly, destructors don't have a return type, not even void. Constructors are of 3 types: default, parameterized and copy constructor. If we write all the 3 constructors or 2 constructors together, then we refer it as a constructor overloading. Here in this example, one interesting thing that you have noted, that one simple destructor, this destructor function gets called for all kind of constructors that we have created with different definitions. So by this we can conclude that destructors need not be overloaded. One kind of a destructor, simple destructor, is sufficient to destroy all the objects created by varieties of constructors. So this is something about the constructors and destructors in C++.